Welcome back to another day in the life of a reseller vlog. Today is Wednesday, May 15th. I've been busy listing items into my big store this morning. Now it's time to turn my attention to fulfilling orders. We had quite a few orders come in. Let's take a look and see what's sold. For those of you who are new to the channel, thanks for subscribing. My name is Brian Kingsbury. I'm a full-time reseller. I've got 2 eBay stores, over 6,000 items online, and this vlog kind of details the ins and outs of the business. I show you everything that sells, everything I'm buying, everything I'm listing, all that good jazz is up on this vlog. I also post other videos to my channel, so you'll want to subscribe and check those things out. But let's take a look and see what's sold out of the big store today. Here you see we had 8 orders for $135.54, $135.54 for 8 orders. Let's see what they were. First item sold for $31. It's a members only Space Jam, a new Legacy Looney Tunes hooded jacket coat. It's a women's jacket. I bought this as an online arbitrage buy. Bought it and listed it on the 23rd of January, and here it is May 15th. So it took a while to sell, but we got it sold and made a decent amount of profit on it. Yeah, I was browsing through eBay and came across those Space Jam jackets. They were kind of unique and interesting, so I decided to buy a couple and post them up in my store, see if I could flip them for a little bit of profit. It took a little bit longer than I had expected for them to sell, but eventually it did sell. This is the first one that sold. We still have one more to sell in the store, so kind of a long-term investment. Next item sold for $18.80. It's a medium REI gray and white crew neck t-shirt, long sleeve, solid men's, 100% cotton. So that's a shirt that I recognize. I sold that shirt once before and it was returned. Relisted it with calculated shipping this time. A little bit of a lower price point, but it still sold for $18 and change, which is pretty good for a t-shirt like that. So we made some good money this time. Hopefully the sale will stick around this time. Next item sold for $16.57. It's a Nike white and blue flex fit baseball hat, one size fits all cap. It's acrylic and wool blend. So those of you who've been watching the channel, you guys know I dabble in online arbitrage. I'll buy stuff online with the purpose of reposting it online for profit, and that's what I do with a lot of these hats. The hats you see selling on my store, most of the time I pick them up online. I do pick them up at thrift stores as well, but I buy hat lots. I usually spend $2 to $3 per hat and post them up online for more money and turn it into profit. I've got a couple sitting over my shoulder I'll get into a little bit later. Once we finish this, I'll show you guys what came in the mail. Some hat lots. I bought, I think, 5 hat lots and 2 showed up in the mail today, so we got plenty to show you. Next item sold for $16.95. It's a pair of Lee dungarees, beige flat front men's cargo dress shorts, size 46-inch waist by 11-inch inseam. So those are just a big pair of cargo shorts. Just a tip, if you see the word dungarees, people do like that brand, that Lee dungarees. So people search dungarees and the sell-through rate on them is pretty good. So if you see those at the thrift, go ahead and pick those up. They sell pretty well. Next item sold for $13.58. It's a Tommy Hilfiger dress shirt, size 17, 34 for 35, extra large, long sleeve, blue, 100% cotton. Next item sold for $13.63. It's a Dockers pocket dress shirt, size extra large, long sleeve, blue and white, 2XL, cotton polyester blend. Next item sold for $16.50. It's a Nike Clemson Tigers t-shirt, gray and purple cotton, extra large, short sleeve t-shirt. And the final item just sold. I took a best offer, sold for $8.51. What a deal. It's a brand new Port & Company red t-shirt, long sleeve, actually short sleeve, large men's cotton Gonzaga Zag Up t-shirt with the bulldog on the front there. You can see that graphic there, the famous Gonzaga Bulldogs, Zag Up. There's a better look at that bulldog. Gonzaga puts out a great basketball team year after year, so there's always plenty of fans buying these tees. Alright, I'm going to go locate those 8 items, but before I do that, let me go ahead and show you guys what I was busy listing in the store today. I've still got the 2 dancing Santas here to list, but everything else that I photographed yesterday, I got listed. Let me show you. There are those 2 Santas that I've got a list, but the rest of it was up online. Let's give you a look. Here's a look at the last 8 listings. A lot of this stuff you may have seen in previous videos. I picked these up on Monday at the Goodwill. A couple UW hats. That one here has the Husky with the W behind it. This is kind of a vintage style, old pinstriped UW hat with the big Washington W on it. And over here we got a basic champion black strap back hat. We got an Umbro t-shirt, kind of a striped design, gray and white. And down here we got the two button front. Actually, one of them is button front, one of them is pearl snap. But they're 2XL dress shirts, International Concepts and American Rag. And finally, we had the two car manuals. Got these out of a storage unit. They had two manuals. I guess they'd bought two new cars recently, so they were doing all right financially for a while. But eventually, they lost their storage unit, and I got the manuals. Those don't sell for a lot, but we're looking at $15 or so. One was for a 2017 Honda Civic, and the other was for a 2019 Ford Fusion. So two brand new cars they bought, 2017, 2019. And they fell on hard times, and I got all their stuff. But here's a look at what I listed the last 8 items. And last night I did get these posted as well. Mockingbird Mockingjay Part 1. I always want to call it Mockingbird, but the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 on a Blu-ray and DVD. They have both discs in there. And then this is a little brand new makeup set. It's called The Color Workshop. Has all kinds of eyeshadow and brushes, and there's a couple of lipsticks in there as well. So listed that for under $20 right now. I think it's on sale for $15.98. So there's a look at those. So as you can see, I've been busy. I'm gonna go ahead and grab those 8 items that sold, and then we'll pack up those orders and look at these hat lots that came in the mail. So stay tuned if you want to check out these hats. We had a couple big ones. One big one showed up today. I think it was a 55 hat order, and then another 10 hat order. So I think we're looking at about 65 hats that showed up in the mail today. Let me show you the boxes. Here's one. This one is coming from Fairpoint, New York. And then another one down here. This is the 55 hat lot one. Where's this one coming from? It looks like Florida. Boynton Beach, Florida. Boynton Beach, and this one's coming from Fairpoint, New York. So a couple hat orders, big lots that we're going to get into later. All right, there you see it. 8 orders ready for your shipping labels, and here they come. Past the Santas to the printer, fresh off the printer. We got shipping labels. Let's get them printed. All right, we got those big store orders fulfilled. Let's go ahead and add those to the tote. We got a tote about half full. We're going to try to fill it up today. We're going to put these big orders, then we're going to check out what the small store has to offer. I do want to get those Santa Clauses listed, so I'll probably list those before we log into the small store. But I'll show you what sold out of the small store. And just a reminder, we got those hats, those 2 hat orders. We're going to get into those boxes and give you guys a look at those as well. Let's fill it up. We got 8 orders ready for the tote. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and lucky number 8. Alright, I just got those Dancing Santas listed into the big store. Now I logged into the small store. Looks like we had 2 sales out of the small store today. Let me show you guys what sold. You see it? 2 sales for $38.96. $38.96 for 2 sales. Let's see what they were. First item sold for $8.89. It's a Method Blue Rayon Polyester Cotton Blend Polo Shirt. Extra large, long sleeve. So that one sold so cheap because it had a tiny speck of glue on it. I let everybody know about it, so hopefully they read the description and they know that it has that little glue spot on it, and that's why it was so cheap. So hopefully that sale will stick. Let's check out the other item. Other item sold for $30.07. It's a brand new pair of king-size beige men's cargo dress shorts, flat front, solid size 5XL. 56-inch waist by 10-inch inseam. So that pair of shorts did sell once before. I remember them because they were sent back. They didn't fit, so they were returned. I relisted them again about 2 months ago. Took another 2 months for them to sell. They sold this time $30 and change, so hopefully they'll go to the customer and fit them and be ready for spring wear. I'm gonna go grab those 2 items from inventory and we'll get some shipping labels put on. Alright, there they are. 2 orders from the small store. Those plus size shorts and the polo shirt here with the glue on it. Here come the labels. Let's get them printed so that these can go out in the mail. We got them packed up. 2 more orders for the tote, and the 1 and the 2 definitely filling up nicely. We'll have to drop that off tomorrow first thing. Alright, now that we got all those orders packed up, it's time to switch gears and show you guys what we purchased. A little online arbitrage purchase. Those of you who've been watching the channel know that I invested in some hats. I think I bought 5 lots of hats. The first 2 of those 5 have showed up in the mail today. One of them is a big 55 hat lot. and I think the other one is 10 hats. Let me show you what we got. I'll show you the original listings, then we'll get into the boxes and show you what they actually look like. Let me give you a look. So this first lot is coming from New York. I paid $52.33 for 10 hats. That amounts to what, $5.23 per hat. That's a little bit more than I would like to pay for an online arbitrage buy, but these hats were kind of special. It was kind of a lot of golf hats, all from the US Open golf tournament. Let me show you. Here's a look at the listing. It's a lot of 10 adjustable golf hats, US Open hats, and it just says adjustable, and it has the dates of the hats on there. And we went through the first photo, not that great, but they give a look at all the photos. They have this one from the Oakmont, this one from Bethpage Black US Open. We got Shinecock Hills, and we got Winged Foot, and Pebble Beach, and the Olympic Club, and Marion US Open, and finally Torrey Pines and Oakmont. And Bethpage Black, that might be the same one, just different photos. Yeah, they showed a couple USGA member, so these might be member hats. So some cool looking hats. There's an initial photo that caught my eye. So $5.23 per hat. That's a little bit steep, but I think I'm gonna list these for about $14.97 each. We're looking to make about $10 per hat. Obviously, we'll accept best offers, and when the stuff goes on sale, they'll usually be about marked 20% off, so we'll be making, you know, $7 to $8 per hat. But we're shooting for that about $10 profit per hat. That's what we're hoping to get on each of these. 10 quick listings, 10 quick photos, and they'll be listed in no time at all, and hopefully turn in some profit. I know a lot of people do collect these golf hats, especially when they have the golf courses on there like that. And it's a pretty nice little collection, assuming they're in good condition. So let's get into the box and see what they look like. It is again coming to us from Fairpoint, New York. They sent it in this nice priority box, 2 to 3 day service. Got here pretty quick. So we'll open this and see what we got. Alright, we got into it. It looks like they are in pretty good condition. So I'm happy with the condition on these. We'll get a look at them in a little closer detail. The US Open 2007 Oakmont. And this is a nice strap back. They did put some cardboard in the front there to hold shape, so I don't think these are brand new, but they did make an effort to keep them looking nice. Here we got, this one does have a little bill discoloration, probably been worn in the sun or something. Bethpage Black 02 US Open. So these do have some age. Again, they put the little cardboard in there. It has the made in the USA. And has a USGA member on the back there, strap back adjustable. This is from 2012, so they've got all kinds of different years on these. The Olympic Club, this one doesn't appear to be as fancy. They do have the cardboard in there as well. This one might actually be brand new because it looks like it's the original cardboard in that one. And this one is from Winged Foot from 06. Has that Winged Foot graphic on there, the US Open. They put some cardboard in there. And these are all USGA members, so I don't know if that means that they were worn on course or given out as promos or something at these events. I'm not really that familiar. Oh, this one's got a little pin attached to it. So a little bonus on there. This is US Open Oakmont from 2016. Has the strap. Again, this looks to have the brand new cardboard in there, so maybe this one was never worn. Some of these we might even get away with being called new without tags. When it has the cardboard in there like that and it's looking fresh and new like this, you could probably list it as new without tags. And that is cool. It does have that pin on there. So there's the first 5. So here's a look at the next 5. Some of these we might even be able to ask more than $14.97. That was just kind of the idea I had. This one is from 09, Bethpage Black. Has the logo on the front there. Again, the cardboard and USGA member. And This one, Torrey Pines, a famous course here from '08, the U.S. Open Torrey Pines. These two here are actually blue. The other ones are all kind of more khaki or beige, I guess. This one looks to be kind of gray, but these two look like the ones that have a little bit of color. We might actually be able to ask a little bit more, especially with the cool graphic like that on there. These we might be able to list up for $19.97, I'm thinking. They do look to be in good condition. So yeah, I might ask a little bit more for a few of these. This is Marion, the golf course Marion from 2013, USGA with the cardboard in there. And here's the famous Pebble Beach from 2010. So this one, I think definitely people know Pebble Beach. They search Pebble Beach. A lot of golf enthusiasts like to play Pebble Beach. So USGA member, they had the cardboard in there. Looks like it fell out though. And then finally the US Open at the Shinnecock Hills with the USA flag on there. 04. This is from 04, so this is has some age to it. Yeah, they did put a little cardboard in there, made an effort. USGA member. So there they are, 10 hats. I don't know, what do you guys think? Is that a good buy? Paying $5.23 per hat for those. What do you think? Was it worth it? You think these will sell off? Will it make $10 per hat, or is that unrealistic? So that's the first hat lot, 10 hats. I think they are kind of specialized golf hats, so I think there's no reason that they won't sell. You know, I don't know if the demand is quite there as much as I thought it would be, but we can do a little research, see what these kind of golf hats go for, and price accordingly. I'm thinking $14.97 at least, you know, try to profit $10 per hat. And if not, we can always lower the price a little. But I think that blue one, the two blue ones, the Torrey Pines and Pebble Beach, we might even be able to ask $19.97 for those, since they are more brand recognized and people know those courses and probably would be more likely to buy those at a higher price point. So I think that's the plan with those hats. 10 hats, 10 quick listings. Let's get into the next one. The next one was a 55 hat lot, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of condition they are in. All right, so here's a look at the next 55 hat lot. It comes in a big eBay box. It looks like it came apart a little bit here, but it's coming to us from Boynton Beach, Florida, from sunny Florida. Let's take a look at the original listing. So, well, I paid $5.23 for the per hat for those last hats, those US Open golf hats. This next lot, I definitely didn't pay that much. Let me show you. So here's a look at it. We paid $97.88 for this lot. It's a lot of 55 used hats, caps, mixed lot. Read description. It just said that they were not brand new hats. We shouldn't expect them to be in perfect condition, but I looked over the photos. They look to be in pretty good condition. 55 hats in all. There's a look at them initially in the original photos. A nice huge hat lot. When you buy a hat lot like this, that's when you get the really good prices per hat. The people are just looking to unload their hat collection, maybe that they picked up here and there and everywhere. Or maybe it's like somebody who passed away and they're getting rid of their hats. Who knows where they came from. But we got 55 hats here for under $100. So here's a look at all the photos they presented. And there's the last one. Let's take a look at the box. So again, we paid $97.88 for this entire lot of 55 hats. That amounts to $1.78 per hat. $1.78 per hat. So where we paid over $5, this one's under $2, just $1.78 per hat. So we can definitely make some money on these. We don't have to price them as high as the others. We can let some go cheap if we'd like. But we'll get into this box, check out the condition, and list accordingly. Like they said, see description. It said that they weren't new, and some may have some flaws and whatnot. So we'll get into the condition and check them out in more detail, and I'll let you guys know what I think they're worth and what I plan on listing them for. Alright, I guess the best way to get into it would be just to cut open right here. Let's work on this, see if I can do it with one hand. I might have to put you guys down and figure this out. But we'll get into this box and see what we got in here. A whole box full of hats. Let's see, was that enough to get in? There we go. We're in now. There they are initially. Let me pull these out and we'll give you guys a look at them, a few at a time, and check the condition of these in more detail. So I think the goal is to give you guys a look at them about 6 at a time. So I appreciate you guys watching this with me and being patient. We'll get through these hats. We'll take a look at the condition. I've got the first 6 sitting out here on the table. And let me give you a look. There they are. I know some of these may be vintage hats. There are some older sporting hats. Like here's the old San Diego Padres. I don't know much about the vintage hat market, but sometimes these spell-out hats can be worth quite a bit of money. I don't think this one appears to be that old. It's a new era snapback. Cooperstown rather. San Diego Padres. So that's a nice one, definitely worth some dough. Here's USS Taurus, PHM-3, a little naval ship hat, I guess. The trucker style vented back, snapback, made in the USA. So that one may be vintage as well. Anytime it says made in the USA, you gotta assume it is. Here's another one, USS Light Gulf, CG-55. And this is just a regular snapback rather. And not a lot to this one. Back here we got, I think, a Miami Hurricanes. Look at that graphic on that one. It's got the old Hurricanes logo on there. That's a pretty cool logo, the Miami Hurricanes. This is a captivating headwear hat. And I think it says Miami across the back here. Yeah, a little snapback. Appears to be in good condition. Not too bad. And here we got an interesting hat. It looks like it's got some sunwear right there. See the difference there? So some do have condition issues. Unfortunate that one did get faded due to the sun, but it is a nice golf hat. It says Master Swing Golf Innovations Inc. So that one probably is more like a $5 hat. We can't expect too much with that sun damage. But over here, what is this one? I didn't quite figure this out. Some sort of soccer hat. You guys recognize that? We might have to do a Google image search of this soccer logo and see if it's something special. It does look to be maybe something World Cup related. I don't know. It looks like I have a trophy, or is that a foot? Hard to tell. So we'll do a search on that one. Oh, what does it say back here? Oh, City of Chicago, Richard M. Daley, Mayor. So maybe it isn't a soccer hat. It's just a promotional hat. But definitely an interesting looking hat, the blue and the red. Probably not worth too much money, but out of that one, I think these San Diego and Miami Hurricanes hat over there are probably the most valuable. These naval hats here might have some value as well, and then these are probably worth a little bit less. So this is always a little bit exciting to get into these hats like Christmas, open up these hats, see what we got, see what kind of condition they're in. You can never really see a big lot like that. You can't see the condition or everything that's in there. It's just a little bit overwhelming when you look through the photos. You kind of try to sneak a peek at the best of the best and see that you have enough in there to make your money back and some profit on top of it. But you never really know. I guess if you're paying under $2 per hat, $1.78 per hat on these, you can't really go wrong. Let's take a look at the next 6. Right, here's a look at the next 6. We got an old Wilson hat here. Not Russell Wilson. This is the brand Wilson. So this is a gray Wilson hat. Wilson on back on the strap. A strap back with the Velcro on there. And that's a nice looking hat. Maybe vintage. What does this say? Marsk Line Ltd. PFC James Anderson Jr. Some sort of promotional hat. I don't know. Probably not a lot of value to that one. Over here we got VFA 37 Bulls. Look at that graphic on there. That's a pretty cool graphic. This definitely looks like it may be vintage. It does have a little sunwear or dust or something. We might have to clean that one up a little. Oh yeah, it does have a little condition issue on the inside here. So looks to be a vintage new era. Yeah, it's on the new era tag, snapback. So that is an old one, probably over 20 years old. So we could list that one as vintage for sure. We got another naval ship hat with the scrambled eggs. That's what they call that on the bill there. That's scrambled eggs. And this is the USS Tortuga LSD. Ooh, the LSD 46. What's going on that boat? Little wavy LSD, man. And then on the back here, we got the snapback. So the naval ship, the LSD 46 Tortuga. That's a fun one. Over here we got the Ford racing hat. People do buy these racing hats. There's a lot of NASCAR fans, and I've noticed when I post up racing hats, sometimes they'll sell quick because people are looking for these. This is a strapback rather, with the NASCAR on the back there. So further proof, there's some NASCAR fans out there that'll probably want to support the Ford racing team and get that one. Here's another fishing hat. This the bill looks a little dry or something. Maybe it's got a little fishing guts on it or something. Who knows? Will fish for food. A little white hat, pretty good condition. A strap back. So not a bad little lot of 6 here. I like the Tortuga. That's the one I like the most. The Ford Racing, we can get some good money for that. The rest of them, I'm not too sure about. This one does have a fun little bull graphic on there, so someone might want that just for the cool graphic. Alright, we're getting through these. Just a reminder, $1.78 per hat we paid for these. This next batch, we do have a few little issues on these hats. Like I said before, they said see description, and they kind of covered their butts with comments about that if some might have condition issues. So we took the risk on it. We got to kind of expect that some of the hats may not be in perfect condition. And we could always lot some of these hats up, you know, just pull the best of the best and lot the rest up. That is always an option. That's not something I typically do in the past. I have never done that, but when I'm buying a massive amount of hats like this, that might be something to consider in the future. Let's take a look at these next 6. Here they are, another fresh looking Miami Hurricanes hat, probably from the 90s when they had those squads down there that were really good. This is that green and orange, definitely a nice looking hat. What kind of label is this on? It's certified licensed product. Snapback on this one. We'll have to look at this label. Twins Enterprises. So that does appear to be from the 90s, I would guess. Over here we got another one of these. There was one of these earlier, the Swing Master. So this one does have some fading as well. So those probably were cheap little throw-ins. Here, a Demco, some sort of advertising hat. It is in good condition, which is nice, but probably not much value to that one. Now this one back here was the one that had an issue. The Guinea Red Lager. Unfortunately, the strap is broken in the back here, so I'm not sure what to do with that one, but definitely someone might be able to fix it, put a new strap on it, but not looking to get much money for that one. Here's one, Epic Southern Pines, NC, North Carolina, I'd imagine. A snapback. Not much value to that one as well. Probably more like a $5 piece. Then we got this Michigan hat. It looks to be light gray with the blue lettering on the front there. Is the vented trucker style. Appears to be vintage. Did I say that? Snapback in the back here. And with the green bill, so that one might be worth some money, maybe $10 on that one. So those not as promising profit wise. This one over here definitely is probably a $20 hat, maybe more. We'll have to look up some of those vintage Miami hats and see what they're going for, but these definitely have some fun graphics on there. So we'll have to look it up and do some comps, and be sure not to price them too cheap. Since we're not really making much money on these, we got to rely on that one to pay the bills. But this Michigan hat is also pretty nice, but the rest of them are kind of throwaways. Alright, those last 6 didn't really cut it, but this next 6 are looking nice. Let me give you a look at these. We got some sports hats, we got some other stuff. Let's take a look. Here they are, like I said, this nice looking Adidas hat. This one is really nice, the red, white, and blue colorway with the black and white Adidas logo on the front there. The vented trucker style. This is Adidas branded with the blue snapback. This is a little fresh looking hat. That is definitely worth some money. I think we might even ask more than $20 for that one, but it's a nice looking hat. Over here we got the SOB, South of the Border. Cool little graphic on there with the cactus, sleeping under the cactus. It says SOB. It's a strap back. It says SOB on the back there. You can see that. And nice looking hat, a red hat. Here we got the Angel Falls, Venezuela. Angel Falls, Venezuela, and A500s. I don't know what that is about, but strap back, just a basic Angel Falls hat, let's call it that. I can't say any more than that. Here we got the San Francisco 49ers, the famous 49ers logo there. Not in the best condition, but a basic 49ers hat on the New Era tag. Looks to be an older New Era style hat, maybe from the 80s. So here we got New York Giants, right? The New York Giants, the blue and white. Nice. It looks like it has a little stain right there, unfortunately. So value just went down. Snapback on this one. Not sure the brand, but a Giants hat. And finally, in this slot, we got this, I think this is a Houston Astros hat. That looks to be the Astros star to me. And yeah, it has the Major League Baseball tag on there. And a snapback. So a nice looking Astros cap. It's in pretty small. I'm not sure if that's a kid's size, but it's in good condition. So that lot is more profitable than the last one for sure, with this a nice Adidas hat. Alright, things are heating up in here. Things were heating up so hot the camera overheated. I had to take a break a second there, let things cool down. These deals are red hot. $1.78 per hat. So we got 8 set out here now. Let's take a look at the next 8. Approaching the second half of the box here, and we got some good ones out here. Look at this, a nice Nike swoosh blue hat. It has RZN on the side there. Risen, baby. And it's a Nike golf hat. It's a fitted hat with the swoosh on the back there. So nice looking hat. That might be a $20 piece right there. This is a coastal visor. It has that camouflage look to it with the big C for coastal on the front there. Adjustable strap back. Costa, rather, not coastal, Costa. And then this one is kind of a fun little Sagway Alaska Sagway Alaska strap back. I guess you would call it a train hat, train conductor hat, maybe? The striped kind of train conductor look to it. That's what I would call it, Sagway Alaska. So I'm not sure if that's something, a costume type of hat or what, but definitely unique. Here's a women's hat. We haven't seen many women's hats. This one has some cool butterflies on the front. Look at these. A blue one, some yellow ones, and a purple and green one. The hat is purple with white highlights, I think kind of swirling white paisley type highlights on the back here. Key West, oh, so coming from Florida, Key West, Florida, we got a little bit of Florida. It's a strap back with the Velcro. Yeah, that's a nice looking hat. Kid tees, so this might be a kid's hat, but it has some butterflies on there. Pretty cool looking graphic on the front of that one. Here's one that we have sold in the past. We just sold one of these not too long ago, got them in a hat lot. Vans Off the Wall, that was a concert tour, I think. No, actually this is different, but Vans Off the Wall. We sold a Vans hat that was from the concert that they put on years ago. This one, cool checkerboard design on the bill. I just noticed that. So yeah, now the Warp Tour is the one we sold. That's what it said. But it is have that same look to it. It kind of looked like this. It might have even had that checkerboard. But this is a Vans Off the Wall with the checkerboard bill. So that one would probably be a $15 piece. Oh, here we go. We got some oil, a Texaco hat. People always collect these Texaco hats. Oil, anything oil related usually does pretty good online. A snapback. It might be broken. Yeah, it has a little condition issue. It still holds together though, so the value went down, but maybe a $5, $10 piece there. We'll just have to mention that the snap is cracked back there. Here's one, a Doral Rider Open. So we just we got done with some golf hats. Here's another one to add to the mix, the Doral Rider Open. Kind of a white hat with the Bridgestone on the back. A snapback. So a nice looking golf hat. This might be vintage. It looks to be pretty old. So we'll look that up. And here we go, a Boston Red Sox. We got the Boston B on the front there. Definitely a lot of Boston fans. This is a fitted hat, New Era, size small medium, so it will stretch to fit, but smaller size. So you Boston fans, we got one for you, kind of gray and blue. So there you are, 8 hats here. Some nice ones. I like that Nike hat. I did like the Texaco, but it has issues. Butterfly hat's all right. Vans Off the Wall, that will definitely sell, and Boston should sell as well. The rest of them are kind of iffy. We'll see. All right, we're getting through these hats. I want to thank everybody for being so patient with me as we go through these. I just want to make sure to show you guys everything, to let you know everything we're getting in this lot. $1.78 per hat, under $100 for all these 55 hats. So we got a next batch of 8 set out here. Definitely think about which one is your favorite, which one you think I'll get the most money for. If you see one that you think is vintage, it might be worth big bucks, definitely let me know, because I'm no hat expert. I am trying to learn the niche and try to find some of these vintage hats. And I know I see these Miami Hurricanes hats in there, and it kind of gets me excited. So we'll have to do a little bit of research on some of these sports hats and see if we have something special. But let's take a look at the next 8. All right, here they are. We got them set out here. We might as well go straight to this Hurricanes hat. We got another one here. It says Hurricanes across the bill there with the big U on there, the University of Miami. This is a strap back, says Miami on the back here. Officially licensed and whatnot. So that's a nice looking hat. Looks to be the colors from the early 90s when they had the big teams, like we said. Birdtail Waterfowl Canada. Is that Sasquatch or is that a bird on there? Looks like a bird. Birdtail Waterfowl. So I don't know. A strap back here. What does it say on the back here? Same deal. .com. Some sort of promotional hat. Here's a West Coast Choppers hat. You guys remember that with Jesse James? It was so popular back in the day. This was all the rage. We used to watch that motorcycle show with Jesse James. And I guess he dated, what's her name, Sandra Bullock for a while and got us some trouble. It didn't work out, but West Coast Choppers. It doesn't look to be in the best condition. Might have a little stains. Same with this next one. The bill has some discoloration. Peterbilt Motors, some sort of promotional hat here. The TLG Larson's Group. So this one has definitely been worn pretty trashed. Peterbilt of Springfield, but you know, somebody might want it as a little work hat. Who knows? Might be one that we bulk up if we do a bulk lot. Back here we got the Buffalo Bills, though. This one is definitely worth some money. Got the Bulls, not the Bulls, the Bills logo on there. And this appears to be a new era. Yeah, NFL large, extra large. So a fitted large, extra large hat has the NFL logo on the back there. Here's one local to our area, Boeing. So this is coming from Florida, but we got a Boeing hat here. And strap back, basic Boeing hat, probably a $5 piece. Now these next ones are kind of interesting because they have some pins on them. I'll probably take the pins off and add it to my, I got a tote full of pins. Here's a little Wonder Woman's rainbow pin. I think that's Wonder Woman, isn't it? That Wonder Woman logo. And then we got the moon and the star here as the main logo on the hat, a little strap back. And then here we got USA pins. We got the star here, and this one is kind of a Wings USA with the mountain graphic on this hat. So again, probably a $5 hat, but the hats are pretty basic. Oh, look at this, another pin on the back here. So appears to be some sort of bird. So we might have some value in pins here. Who knows? So 3 pins. So let's see, 2 pins on each. So there's 4 pins we can add to the pin lot that we got going on. So there's 8 right there. Right, we got 2 more sets of hat. I think we're going 8 at a time now. We amped it up a little to get through these, but we got some good ones in this next mix. So another one of those Florida hats, the Hurricanes in this one. We got the Seminoles in this one as well. So we got all the sports teams covered here. Let me show you these next 8. All right, here is the next 8. So you guys have seen these Hurricane hats. We got a couple more back there, but here's a Florida Seminole hat. So I think they did away with this logo, the Native American logo, at one point. I don't think they have that anymore, but this is an old school hat, so it's still on there. So it might have some value just because of that little Seminole logo on there. We'll have to look that up, see if they're still selling online. Here's a Minnesota Twins hat. Looks to be a kid's size, I would think. Looks to be pretty small. I think that's a Twins logo. Big M on there. Here was a fun one. We got a Zumba hat. You guys remember Zumba? Everybody was crazy about Zumba. I think they still do it here at fitness clubs and whatnot. People teaching Zumba, doing Zumba, dancing their little butts off to lose a little bit of weight. And here's one. This is a nice one. Nice Nike with the beige on the front and the white on the back. The blue bill. This is a snapback, genuine Nike merchandise. Looks to be an older style, maybe from the 80s or 90s probably. Back here we got a Pittsburgh Pirates hat. It appears to have a little stain on the bill there, so that's unfortunate. But Pittsburgh Pirates, Pennsylvania has a little patch on the front. Oh, AT&T, so that some sort of promotional. They probably gave that away at the game, a little promo hat. And then these were the two nice ones I liked out of this lot. Another Hurricanes, Miami Hurricanes hat with the, is that a pelican? I don't know what their logo is. I'm not that familiar, but he's definitely cool looking. And on the back here, this is a Headmaster campus gear, and has Miami across there. That's kind of cool. The little spell out on the side. I haven't seen that on any of these. So some of these have some little additional embellishments on them that might make them more desirable. These have the kind of the raised lettering on them, and people will want that, I think, for sure. So here's another one. This is a more basic one, has a name on it, Manny. So this is Manny's University of Miami Hurricanes hat. Solid green on this one. Appears to be a fitted hat. Feels like it might be wool. I don't know, I'll have to look at the fabric content, but a well-made hat. The Manny, if you're looking for a hat, we got one for you. And lastly on this lot is Clemson Tigers. This one appears to be a little stained on the top, sun stains or something. But Clemson Tigers hat, I know there's a lot of Clemson fans out there. And this is a strap back. Legacy is the brand. So there's a nice looking batch of 8. I like those Hurricanes hats. The Florida Seminoles hat is nice, as well as this Nike one in the front here. That's definitely worth a few bucks. Alright, we finally made it to the last lot of hats. The last 8 we got set out here. I want to thank everybody for being so patient with me as we go through these. Just a reminder, this is just the second of 5 lots that I have coming to the house. Not all of them are as big as this one. This is probably the biggest one with 55 hats in the one lot. Takes a while to go through all that, so but we have some good ones. As you've seen, we found some good stuff in here, and we're definitely going to make quite a bit of money on this lot, considering we paid just $1.78 per hat. So a lot of these are worth $20 and up, and we're definitely looking for those, the big money hats that we can get more money for. And we got a few in this last lot. Let me give you a look at these final 8 hats. All right, here they are. We've made it to the end, the final 8 of the 55 hat lot. Quite a bit to go through here. You've seen the Miami Hurricanes hats. Here's one in the orange colorway. Has that university logo on the front there. We have the green ones. This is a basic one, strap back in the orange. So kind of a cool one. We haven't seen anything like that yet. Here's an Adidas hat with the Adidas black and white colorway with the stripes, the 3 stripes down the back there. That's kind of cool with the strap back. That's probably a $15 to $20 hat right there. Here we got a Florida Gators hat. So we're getting all the schools covered here. Florida Gators, Miami Hurricanes, Florida Seminoles. We got them all. This is a gray with the trucker style backing, the vented backing. Collegiate headwear. This is a snapback, so a nice looking hat. That's probably a $15 piece. Here's a little kid's Gap hat. Has the sequins logo on the front. Probably more like a $5 piece here. We weren't going to get a lot of money. Size small, medium kids, I'd imagine. Back here, this is a military issue Marines hat. So it has the logo on there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Let's see if we can get a better light on there. And has that kind of camouflage look to it. Fitted military issue Marines hat. So I'm not sure if there's a lot of demand for that. We'll have to look that up and see what they're going for. Maybe 10 bucks, I'd guess. This one I did notice in the photos. It says Juicy. You guys remember Juicy, that famous brand that was popular a few years back. We got one here. This is beige strap back with the Velcro. Good looking condition though. What does it say on the back here? Oh yeah, Juicy Couture Forever. Juicy Couture Forever. So further proof it's the real deal, a genuine Juicy hat. Nice and juicy, that one. It's going to get us a few bucks. Here we go. We got this Honky Tonk. Honky Tonk Knockmont, Virginia. Knockermont? Honky Tonk hat from Apollo, a strap back. It's clean, nice and clean. White hat, says Apollo there on the back logo. Strap back, still has the tag on here, so maybe it came directly from the store. Doesn't look like that one's ever been worn. Maybe a promotional Honky Tonk hat. So that's interesting. Here we got a Pirates hat. I'm not sure if this is the Pittsburgh Pirates or just the pirates in general. But let's take a closer look. It's got the kind of purple and gold yellow lettering on there, a white hat, fitted style, has the pirate on the back there. So might be is there another team that's the Pirates? This is a Zephyr 7 3/8 fitted hat. Nice looking hat though. I'll check the logo out and make sure it's the right team that I'm promoting here when I list it with the right keywords. But nice looking Pirates hat. That's the end of it. Let me know what you guys think about these hats. You think it was a good investment? So like I keep mentioning, that's 55 hats at $1.78 buy cost per hat. We're just paying $1.78 per hat. There were a few with some condition issues, and some that probably weren't worth that much money, but at $1.78 you can just list them up for a couple bucks and make your investment back. The rest of them will be listing for more money and definitely profiting off of. We did mention that we might consider putting a lot of the less desirable hats together. Not sure if that's something I want to do or if I just want to power through and list them individually. I'll have to decide on that maybe tomorrow morning once I look at them again. But we got a good initial look at them. I'm feeling pretty good about my investment there. Every time you drop $100 on a buy like that, it's kind of a little bit interesting to see what will show up in the mail and what kind of condition they will be in, you know, especially when there's certain stipulations in the description about condition. You never know what you're going to get, but I'm pretty happy with the condition of most of these hats. I have bought lots in the past that have shown up with a bunch of hair on them and need to be cleaned and stuff, and these don't appear to have those issues. I mean, there's a few that are stained up that you'll just photograph and list as is. I'm not really going to worry about cleaning many of these. I'm just going to list them as is, mention the flaws, and hope for the best. I think there's enough that are in good, excellent condition that we will make a considerable amount of money on this. And when I say considerable amount of money, let's crunch the numbers a little and be a little bit more specific about that. Even if we list those hats for, say, $15 a piece, which I'm seeing most of those, you know, there were quite a few that you could list for probably 20, and some you definitely would have to list for less, but I'm averaging it about $15 per hat. That amounts to $825 total of inventory, and again we paid less than $100, $97.88 for this lot shipped to us, and $97.88 we paid for all 55. And to get, you know, $825 worth of inventory, obviously they're not going to all sell full price $15, but I think that's a good starting point for us to put those up there and look to profit about $725. So to put a hat lot up like that and do it individually, you can make quite a bit of money. And like you said, like I've said in the past, you know, they're easy to photograph, easy to list, and the profit is there. They don't all roll in right away, but if you have enough hats listed and you're a staple in that niche, people will find you and they will find those hats. And you can't keep just lowering the prices until they do sell. I've got quite a few hats listed in my store already, so I've got a considerable amount of sales every month from just hat sales. And when you buy hat lots like this and you continue to list in that category, it only bodes well for the profit margin. They like to see an active store, and putting a fresh inventory in those certain categories will definitely benefit your store. So that's the plan. We're going to tackle these hats. I might even photograph some of them tonight. I think I'm going to photograph those US Open hats I showed you guys earlier, and then we'll look at these last 55 hat lot a little bit more detail tomorrow and decide what I want to do with them. But I'm definitely liking a lot of those sporting hats. Those Miami Hurricanes hats are definitely worth looking into, and I'll probably give you guys an update if I find anything special in this lot. And if you guys know anything more about it, feel free to drop a comment. Let me know in the comments. You know, I'm looking to learn about these hats, and any help you can give me is appreciated. Please take a second to like this video. I want it to take off a little. I want to get some views on YouTube, trying to get to my 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, also please consider doing that. Hit that subscription button, ring that notification bell, and become a regular part of the viewing experience. We put these vlogs out every morning, so you always have something fresh and fun to watch. I'm mostly putting out other content on the channel, so there's always something that comes to your notification box there. So let me know what you think of this hat lot. Give me a comment, give me a like, give me a share if you want. Feel free. Thanks again for watching this one. I'm gonna get busy taking photos. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.